She's a diva with a destiny, got purpose and zest, you see. Books, business, and accessories. She walks in favor and she's blessed indeed. She keeps her head and her heels high, and her limit soars beyond the sky. If it's purpose she's pushing, you've tuned in with Table Talk with a Diva. Why? Join in, it might free ya. Hey, hey. And if you're feeling down, come in. The enemy he's trapped won't win. For God has given you vision, and in the end you shall win. Hey. Table Talk with a Diva. Why? Join in, it might free ya. Hey, hey. And if you're feeling down, come in.
Well, great evening, and welcome back to Table Talk with the Diva. I am your fabulous, amazing host, Arthur Pierre Collins ×2. I am a woman of purpose, woman moving in destiny, purpose, and driven for success. So super, super excited to be before you today. I want to welcome you to Table Talk. This evening, we are sharing for awareness about diabetes. It's Diabetes Awareness Month. And so there's a day for it. There's a month for it. And to be honest, 365 is my life and the life of this beautiful, amazing young lady that I have the pleasure of chatting with today. So we're going to be chatting it up. And not only is she amazing, but she's my baby. She's one of my babies out of 30 plus grandchildren. So she's Thomas' baby girl. So we're super excited, super delighted to have her on. Beautiful Miss Mackenzie Davis. And so we're going to bring her on in a moment, but I want you to do me a favor and remember to please share, tag, and like the episode. It costs you nothing to share. When you find someone that is moving in purpose, driven for destiny, and doing the will of God and trying to be a vessel, a vehicle to be able to empower and inspire other people, you might want to help them out. It costs nothing. So I'm going to ask you to please do the Diva a favor and hit that share button and just let's get the people on, because I'm sure my family is not the only one that is challenged with diabetes, high blood pressure, congestive heart failure. There's a number of heart palpitation. There's a number of things that goes under the umbrella with diabetes that attacks your body. So we definitely want to get some information and awareness out there. And so you've got to just be ready, buckle up, because I'm going to bring the princess on right now. She's known as the beautiful ladybug, Mackenzie Davis. Mackenzie, how are you, honey?
Hi. I'm good.
What's going on? I'm so excited to chat with you.
I'm ready.
Come on, that's it right there. That's that Washington blood. I'm ready. I love it. I love it. Well, welcome to Table Talk. And so we are Facebook and YouTube Live. And so we have family that are out here supporting and sitting back, waiting to hear from Princess Mackenzie, aka the Ladybug, because Mom has already let me know that's the Ladybug. And so we're excited to chat with the Ladybug tonight. And we want to just I want you to be comfortable and just, welcome whatever the conversation allows. And so we're going to have a good time. We're going to inform some people, enlighten some people, and just share a part of your journey, because I know that it is definitely a powerful one at the age of 13. So if you would just simply introduce yourself, who you are, and your reason for being here this evening.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Davis, and I'm here to spread awareness for kids with multiple diagnoses, to help put out there for people who don't really understand or don't know what's going on with children with illnesses like myself.
Come on. Thank you very much. Very well. Very well. Very well. So appreciative of that. So there's a number of things that is going on. And so this month, it is truly about awareness because a lot of people are honestly walking around sick. Body is inflicted with different symptoms and they have no idea what's really going on. They will say, well, I'm too small to be a diabetic. Clearly, we know that's not the case because I've been diagnosed 33 years ago with this dreadful disease called diabetes, which is type 1 that I have. And so we both are insulin pump therapy for being able to, make it through and navigate this thing that we call life because it's rough. It's just a journey, but it's work, but it's definitely worth it. And so if you want to survive, you will do the necessary things to do that takes to, be able to live a healthy, normal life as possible. So with that being said, again, I need you, if you're just tuning in, I want to say welcome to Table Talk. So thank you for allowing us to be in your living room, your bedroom, your kitchen, at the table with you, and you. And so it is always an honor to be before you, never taking anything for granted. So with that being said, we are in the month of Diabetes Awareness Month. So if you have someone, family member, friend, someone that you care about, that you know is challenged with the disease, I need you to tag them and get them on. Send them a text and say, hey, the Diva is on, and she has Ladybug Mackenzie on, and they're sharing some information. And so I want you to, join the conversation. You may have questions or concerns or anything, maybe you can just drop in the chat. And so as we get it in, we'll try to respond. But of course, I am challenged here in the vision. So I will do my best, and whatever we can't, we'll go back and respond later. So with that being said, I have an icebreaker that we do, Mackenzie. So this is the fun part. And I know you're an honor roll student and you're so smart and you're sharp. So Auntie is going to give you 2 words, but I'll give you one at a time. But I'm going to give you 2 words. I'll give you a word and you give a word back. Not a sentence, not a paragraph, just one word. So I'll give you a word, and whatever comes up, then you release that to me. And then, words are important. So that's why we do that, just to kind of break the ice a little bit. So I will say your first word is survival. What was your word?
I'm still thinking. Hold on.
You're still thinking? Okay. My bad. Just one word. First thing come to your mind.
Like, what was the word? Like survival or survivor? Survival.
Well, I'll go. If you want to go with survivor, then we'll do survivor. But I said survival. But if you want to do survivor, then that's fine. What comes to
Survivor? I would say myself.
Mackenzie? Okay. That works for me, honey. Second word. Educate. School. That works for me. There's no wrong answer. I know you were pondering, but there is never a wrong answer. Words are important. We speak life out of our mouth. So when someone says, give me a word, we want to speak life. So it's important. So it always kind of challenged me. If someone says something, I'm always thinking, how can I respond, in the best way, or what is the best way? And so something that I've learned from your Uncle Jimmy, who is actually watching, hey, Uncle Jimmy, words are important. And he said to me years ago, frame your world with your words. So be mindful of what you're speaking out of your mouth. You can speak life or you speak death. And I choose to speak life. And I know that you choose to speak life. So that's why I do the icebreaker. So with that being said, good education, school, survival, Mackenzie, because you are a survivor. I'm a survivor of 33 years of being challenged with, diabetes, because we do know that if we are not taking care of ourselves, diabetes kills.
Yes.
And so there's no nice way to put that. There's no easy way or light way to say it. Diabetes kills. So if we don't take care of ourselves, we won't be here long. And so far, so good. So tell the people a little bit about Mackenzie Davis. How were you diagnosed? And at what age were you diagnosed? First of all, what age?
I was first when I first went into pre-K. I was 4 years old, and I was diagnosed at borderline diabetic. And then when I turned 5, I was diagnosed with actual diabetes.
Mm, my goodness. So can you tell me, like, what was some of the symptoms that mommy noticed, or you recognized that was, I guess, a little uncomfortable for you? What were some of your symptoms that you had before you?
Uh, she recognized that usually I wasn't really thirsty, so like I started. I was like really thirsty and really like clammy,
Mhm.
kind of, and every now and then I was like fatigued or not. Um, and I had I was like having the darkness around my neck and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So just and then she decided to get me checked out. So that's when we found out.
Okay. Wow. Smart mommy, paying attention. Mommy's very observant. So mommies are so special, and so they'll check out some things before it really comes to the light. With our babies, we will recognize things. So thank God that mommy was paying attention, and she noticed a lot of things that wouldn't, wasn't normal for you. And so that's a good thing. And so you were 4 years old when you were first diagnosed.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So you've been on insulin from what, day one, when you were after you were diagnosed, or what was the process?
Um, I've been on insulin since I was 5.
Wow. My God. Hmm. That's deep for me because I was 20 and I struggled so bad. I rebelled. I was grown and on my own, but I rebelled because I was angry because I didn't understand why, diabetes happened to me. I didn't understand what diabetes was. So again, when you don't know and you're ignorant to, again, what is going on with your life or with your body, you rebel and you do simple things, because a lot of times I had hospital visits that I probably shouldn't have had. I wouldn't have had I been obedient to what the doctors were saying. But because I was so angry about it, I just was like, whatever, I'm going to eat and drink what I want. So I made a lot of bad decisions in my younger years. And so, result of some of that is what I'm challenged with today, because when I began to get on the right track and really focus on what I needed to do and take better care of myself, they were saying, oh, by the way, a lot of the damage has already been done. So I will encourage you to continue to do your absolute best all the time. All the time. I don't care who's around that might be eating and drinking things. And yes, you will be tempted, because I've been tempted. We all get tempted. But when you think about your life for the long haul and you want to be able to see and not have, issues with neuropathy and different things that what you're a lot aware of, a lot of things that happen, you want to just remember that, because they can eat a slice of cake and nothing happens, but you do, then your numbers are elevating, and then you start to feel crappy and yucky. And so then the end results is not always the best. So with that being said, I'm glad. So do you take I guess, like, dietitian classes? Do you go to classes or be educated on it often, or you haven't really done it since you've been diagnosed?
No, I haven't really done it since I've been diagnosed, but I did have like a new training on when I got my new pump for
Yeah.
that just started to work better and help with my diabetes more.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Now, what type of pump therapy are you doing?
The it's the I'm on the Omnipod 5, and so there's just like training sessions to go through.
Yeah.
So like when something happens, we can call the technical support line, and they'll just give us like a review of what we can do to fix the issue.
Okay, cool. Well, so you know what to do. You know what to do. So tell the people, tell the viewers, what are some of the other diagnoses that you have that you're challenged with? What else are you battling right now?
I have asthma, bronchitis. Um, I have psoriasis. I have um,
Hmm,
sleep apnea, and what else? Oh, allergies. Really bad allergies. So
my God. Okay. So you are just a very, very special, unique young lady.
yes.
And so what I know, one thing that I do know, that the word of God says that he will never put more on you than you can bear. Even in all of those diagnoses that you have, I know that mommy, from chatting with her, mommy is a praying woman, believes the word of God. And so I know that you're being taught the value of prayer, the value of reading God's word, and not only just reading it, but believing his word. And so you know that that is a part of what is going to bring you to where you need to be as far as your healing journey. So even when we're going through the symptoms, you know how you may feel bad, like you wake up and having, a rough day, you feel kind of yucky, but somebody may ask you how you doing. 9 times out of 10, what will you say if you're not feeling well? And I said, Mackenzie, how you doing today? What are you going to say?
I'm okay.
There we go. So we speak those things be not as though they were. So basically, you got it. You understand exactly what I'm saying. You may not feel your best, but you still confessing and professing that, hey, I feel good, or I'm well today. I'm well today. So I'm learning to do that. The older I get, the more I do it. I could be feeling horrible, but I try never to say that. Never to say, because I know the enemy is listening to me. He wants me to say, "Oh, I feel horrible," and "Oh, I'm not gonna make it." He wants that. And so, because of who we are, we don't give him no act right. We don't give him no act right, none whatsoever. So, with all of the diagnoses that you have, I know that I believe God that healing is your portion, and so God is going to heal you and deliver you from those things. And in the process of that, He has challenged you or given it to you because He knows that you can handle it. You can handle it. There are going to be other children that you are going to come across. I believe that you will be that inspiration for them to say, well, wow, Mackenzie has asthma, bronchitis, psoriasis. I know you mentioned to me even the heart palpitation. Has that gotten better?
Yes, ma'am. It's gotten a little bit better. It's every now and then when it happens. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Okay, but all of the diagnoses you mentioned, 5, 6 different things, and so I can relate. But even in that, you're sitting here today, willing to share, bringing awareness of symptoms, and how to kind of manage it and make sure that you're doing your due diligence for whatever it is that you're dealing with at the moment. And you're here willing to share, because a lot of people are not willing to share their journey. And I know it's not easy, to just talk to people about things that you're dealing with, especially if they have no clue. And something you said to me after your dad's funeral, um, when you text me and we began to talk, and you said that normally, I'll let you share. Tell you remember what you text me?
I think I remember what you said. I said usually I don't really like opening up to anyone about my diabetes, but I have somebody who understands me or who started off at a like young age to understand what it's like growing up with it.
Mm, yeah. And oh, girl, you brought me to tears. I was so happy to just read that. That meant more to me than I can really articulate, more than I can express right now. That meant a lot to me, because I could tell you at age 20, out of the household of all my mother's and father's children, I was the only one, and trying to figure out like what in the world is going on with me. Like, why, am I sick with this crazy? Like, it didn't make no sense, whatever. I didn't have anybody to talk to. My mom would say, come on, let's pray. My daddy would get the Bible and he'd read. Your grandpa, he'd read. And, they were doing their part, but they didn't understand, because when I first got sick, when the doctor says, how many fingers do I have up? I told him I answered every question that he asked me. I answered correctly. And so the doctor says, I don't understand. It didn't make sense. And so mommy says, like, what do you mean? Like, what's the big deal? Well, the numbers. My first number that was ever mentioned to me ever was 1,040. So he said that number, and I'm sitting on the side of the bed and I'm looking at him like, okay, so like, what's the big deal? It's 1,040. Okay, what's the big deal? Did not understand that I should have been in a coma or dead. Had nobody to talk to. No one understood. My mama said, well, where should it be? He said 80 to 120. 80 to 120. Some doctors will give you 125. But again, I had no idea. So I didn't have anybody to talk to. Nobody. And so when you said that to me, that blessed me. And I said, well, God, I'm not, the professional educator for diabetes, but I've been on the journey. And so God knew that I could share with you and you would be able to share with me. And he knew that before, you were even conceived. So I am so humbly grateful for that. That's something that you and I have that nobody else has. So I'm always glad about that we can talk. And Auntie understands when Mackenzie says that, her legs are cramping and her toes are drawing up and it's, you're feeling horrible. I understand. I understand. And so we want to just, I'm grateful for that. So now with the asthma, now there are some things I don't, battle with, so I don't know, but the asthma, your dad didn't battle with that, but you had an uncle. You have an Uncle Jimmy who, dealt with asthma as a child. And so I remember some things with him. So how difficult is that? Are you on a breathing machine or how do you handle that?
With my asthma, I have a inhaler that I take as needed, and then I have one that's daily. I'm not on a breathing machine anymore.
Okay.
I used to have to do my breathing machine at least 2 or 3 times a week at night.
Wow.
Because it was that bad, I would have like asthma attacks while I was asleep, and like
Wow.
my mom, she would have to come in there. She would have to wake me up, and I would have to change because like it would be so bad to where I would almost like vomit on myself and stuff. So it was a lot.
Lord have mercy. And like I said, I don't know anything about that, but I remember, like I said, Jimmy, and then one of your cousin, Christiana. I remember Chrissy, was dealing with asthma really bad as a little girl at a very young age. So I do, have a little knowledge about it when it comes to them, but not knowing that it gets that bad. It gets that bad. My goodness, wow. And so now that you're dealing with it as bad, what is the probably the most important part of the journey that you're on when it comes to your health?
The most important part is just making sure I'm maintaining everything and keeping up with myself, just knowing that I feel good and that I'm confident enough to say like what not say but to just know that I'm okay.
Okay, okay. And I love that word. That's one of your favorite auntie's favorite word, confidence, honey. Confidence is key. So if you can be true to yourself, you can be true to everyone else, but it starts with you. So confidence starts with you. And so that is a part of what your self-love journey. So self-love is everything because you can't give something away that you're not giving to yourself. If you don't have, you can't give it away. So I love that you say that you're confident enough, with you to be okay with where you are and everybody won't understand and say me and I'm saying that some people don't say they don't care, but because they can't relate, it may not hit home as hard or they're not as having enough sympathy or empathy for what you're dealing with. And I've experienced that on so many different levels. Like, oh Lord, she here again. Oh Lord, but they don't know the challenge. And it's always easier said than done when you're not the person dealing with or battling some type of illness. Because I don't think anybody in their right mind want to be sick. Nobody wants to be sick. Nobody likes to be sick. But sometimes it's a little harder, than others for others to kind of maintain. So, what is something that you can share that you would like to say to maybe a young lady, another teenager that might be going through some health challenges right now, and she's battling diabetes and just like tired, just like hate being sick, or I don't like diabetes. What is something that you will say to her?
I will say that it is hard, but it does get better, and that everybody won't understand you, but you will find that there are people who battle the same things, and you will have a support group that you can talk to if you get out there and tell your story.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God. I couldn't respond no better than that, girl. You just that's important to me. You got your auntie over here tongue tied, like, yes, ma'am. That part right there. And so support is important because we don't have to, nobody lives on an island. And so we don't have to battle and go through things alone. There are people there available, willing to help and that can honestly share some information, on what you're going through, what they're dealing, what we may be dealing with together. So the support group, that's important. So I'm glad you said that. Um, so are you dealing with, or do you communicate with any other teenagers that may be challenged with multiple diagnoses?
Not really. I was thinking about going to the diabetes camp over the summer.
Okay.
Um, I didn't end up going this summer, but I'm probably thinking about it for next summer. Maybe
Okay.
just do a week at the diabetes camp to actually just know that I'm in a comforting place where people know what I'm going through.
I love it. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's important. Now, is that something you gain knowledge about maybe through the hospital, your doctor's office, or school? How did you find out about the camp?
We found out about the diabetes camp through my doctors and also online too. My mom was looking at some diabetes camps too before we heard about some close to my doctor's office. So
Okay, okay. Good looking out, mom. Good looking out. That's right. The more information, the better. The more information, the better. Wow. So now with you at school, what are some things that you have to do a little bit different than the average kid at school with kind of maintaining that you're safe with your numbers and all of that?
usually at school, I just have to go to the nurse 3 times a day, or if I feel like I'm not in a normal state of range where I need to go back to visit, like if I'm high or if I'm too low, I'll go in there and then I'll check my sugar. I'll call my mom. I'll text her and I'll call her, and just let her know that I'm in the nurse for whatever reason. And then if I need a correction, I'll get a correction if my blood sugar is high. If I'm low, I usually have snacks in the nurse's office to like, so I do the 15-15-15 rule. So I check my blood sugar, and then wait 15 minutes. I'll eat a snack, wait 15 minutes, check it again. If I'm still too low, I'll wait another 15 minutes, and then I should be back to where I need to be so that I'm good to go back to class.
And I had to heard the 15-15 in a minute, but you got it. I'm so proud of you that you're managing well. That is awesome. So yeah, you can only help. So bringing awareness. So we are chatting with Mackenzie Davis, and she is a Washington by blood. This is Thomas, my brother who is recently deceased. This is his baby girl, and so she is very, very special to the Washington crew. And so they're on and supporting and excited about hearing your journey. So, again, this is new information that we are all receiving at the same time. And I'm just so honored that you said yes and you were willing, because when we first connect during the funeral, you was immediately, oh, sure. I said, I want to get you on my show. He's like, yeah, okay. Like, I'm ready. I was like, okay, you're ready. Not afraid to speak up and articulate very well. So this is so good. And I'm so proud of you. So again, we're sharing diabetes awareness, talking about how important it is, how you're able to manage not just diabetes, but especially diabetes, because this is what it's about, but multiple diabetes. Mackenzie has several things. So if you can share for maybe the people that may be just logging on, and I'm going to ask you to please hit the share button, tag and like the episode, because you can send someone the link from YouTube at my YouTube channel, Destiny Chaser Soar, or you can just look for Arthur Pierre Collins, and there you will find us live, or after the replay, if it's no longer on, then you can just share the link. So family and friends that are dealing with multiple diagnoses, mainly diabetes. And so we both are type 1 diabetics, and understanding that it is vital that we care for ourselves and making sure that that is a priority, not secondary, not thirdary, but a priority to take care of yourself. Because if you don't, no one will, and can nobody do it better than you. So you got to love yourself enough, care enough to make sure you're checking your numbers, eating the right thing, drinking the right things, making sure you're getting your water, making sure you're getting your blood work frequently, however quarterly, because I go like every 3 months or every 4 months. So sometimes it's 3 visits a year, or sometimes there's need to be 4 visits a year. But making sure you do the necessary work that it takes to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And so Mackenzie is enlightening us with how she is able to do that, and her support group and all this good stuff. So I'm asking you to please share the episode, tag and like, and get someone on. So, but thank you for, that with the young lady, with, like I said, to encourage someone. So you definitely know how to encourage and empower someone else that is challenged in their health with diabetes, and like I said, even asthma and psoriasis. So I'm glad that you don't crumble and allow, those things to kind of just trouble you. Like, I'm weird. Because some kids will say, oh, I'm weird. Oh, you're not weird. You're special. You're chosen. And so God know that he can count on you, that you would not, throw your hands up and say, I'm done, or I'm angry with God, or, those type of things. He knows that he can count on you, like he knows he can count on me. Because people say, well, how do you do this fear? And you're legally blinded. You can't see, or you can't drive it. How do you do? I just keep it moving. I do whatever I have to do. However, I get it done. As long as I get it done, I'm okay with it. I tell people in a heartbeat, I said, I may not do it as fast as I used to, but I'll get it done. Well, do you still cater? Yes, if they call. And my schedule allows it? Yes. Do you still do this? Yes. Am I believing God to heal my eyes and my body? Yes, because I want to drive. I hate that part. I do. I really hate that part, because that's a part of my independence that I so need, and I want that back. I hate waiting on people. Yes, my husband is amazing, and my girls are amazing, and they see about me and get me to, point A and B, but I want to be able to do that for myself. So I pray that you will never have that type of challenge where you're not able to be, go through the teenage years and drive and do the things that, you want to do, because you're on the right track. So I think that, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. So in our parting, is there, now you do have some products. So I definitely, touch on that. If you can show them, that you have, and I see you're wearing one of your shirts now.
Yes,
We
sir.
want to show your shirts and some of the products that you have that are available. If you want to quote prices, you can. If not, it's totally up to you. And this kind of let the viewers know how they can be able to purchase what you have to offer.
I have, so right now I have keychains, t-shirts, and mugs. Everything else is kind of on hold for right now, but I
Okay.
do have we have keychains that say kids with multiple diagnoses, and then they also have my name on it. That we have those in yellow and in gray as well. And
Awesome.
then we have the t-shirts. Um, they're in gray and yellow as well. So the colors were kind of like gray, yellow, and purple. But then for the mugs, we have the mugs. They have kids with multiple diagnosis, and then they have an M on the back. So
All right, Mackenzie. So the shirt that you're wearing now, what does it say? Because
it
it's
says
blocking.
it,
Show me.
it says kids with multiple diagnosis,
Okay.
and then it has Mackenzie at the bottom with a butterfly in the middle.
No, you love butterflies. Awesome. Butterflies. I have some butterfly sisters that they go crazy for butterflies. My daughter loves butterflies as well. But yeah, that's beautiful. So if you don't mind, can you maybe share prices on the t-shirts? What do you have?
My t-shirts they are in sizes from I believe it's U small to adult 3X, and then we have then the shirts are 15, the mugs are 6, and the keychains are 3.
Okay, okay. And I want to get, I know you have a tie dye. I saw a tie dye. Do you still have tie dyes available as well?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. So I
Yes.
don't know if you have any, do you have a shirt that's open that you can show?
Yeah, I can. Um,
I remember getting a picture of you in the tie dye. I mean, I love them all, but I thought that was really neat.
I don't have any in the tie dye now with the
Okay. Okay.
yeah, no, none of those as of right now,
Okay.
but we have just the ones with the butterflies on them for now.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Cool. But I love those. I love them all. But definitely. So if someone wants to order T-shirts or a coffee mug or keychains, how would they go about doing that?
You can either email my mother at Mia Davis MIADAVIS
Okay.
1101 at gmail.com
Okay.
and put in your order, or you can text her at 404-547-5637 and put in your order, send it to her, and we'll have it to you whenever we can.
Okay. I'm not sure if we were able to get that in the chat. That phone number. Can you um, recite the number once again, and if he could be able to get it in the chat for us, just because we want to make sure that they know how to text if they're wanting to purchase.
404
Hmm.
547 5637.
Okay, okay. And I'll make sure. I don't know if we can pin that. Well, if we're able, hopefully my producer can get it pinned. So if he can get it pinned, the number and then the email is Mia Davis at Gmail.
Mia Davis 1101 at gmail.com.
Mia Davis 1101 at gmail.com. If you'd like to purchase t-shirts, keychains, or coffee mugs, all three or one of whatever, it is available for sale. So this is such a beautiful thing that Mackenzie is doing. And so what made you decide to want to even start your organization to bring awareness?
I wanted to do more than just speak about raising awareness. I wanted to put like put out different, I don't know how to say it. Put out t-shirts, mugs, stuff like that to like show represent the different diagnoses and show that it's okay that to have multiple illnesses and just to raise awareness.
Amen. Amen. Well, and it is okay. It is okay. But like I said, if God, if he felt like you could not handle all that he has put under your umbrella, you would not even be challenged with it. But because God knows that he could trust you and you wouldn't curse him and die, and you wouldn't say, forget it, and I'm out of here. He knows, he knows. So I just believe, that again, he says that he'll never put more on you than you can bear. So maybe the next person couldn't handle what Mackenzie had been diagnosed with, because God knows that she couldn't handle it, or he couldn't handle it. So he gave it to you. And what he's given to me is for me. So we all have our own personal journey, health journeys that we're going through, we're challenged with, but God knows, what you can handle from what you can't. So I applaud you for your strength. I applaud you for wanting the desire to be a vessel that inspires and impact lives and being an influencer, because that's what you are. And so I don't care what anyone says, that's what you are. You are an influencer because God has chosen you to be that. And so you've taken it, by the horn and just say, let's do it. This is where we at. This is what the hand has been dealt to me. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start an organization. I'm going to bring more awareness to it and let, other teenagers and preteens and adults know that it is okay. You're not weird. You're not, anything, whatever, some crazy word. You're none of that. You are exactly who God wants and designed you to be. And if you're okay with it, then everybody else has to be. And if they're not, then guess what? They don't matter anyway. How about that? So it's just like that. So Auntie loves you. I'm so excited. I know Thomas is rejoicing. Had the opportunity to have him on the show, and only God knew, what was coming. But your dad was on Father's Day in the month of June, talking about amazing fathers. And so when I look at his pictures and I look at you and you have his eyes, it brings me to tears. And then I just think about what he says. And I asked him and your Uncle Jimmy and then another brother that I had on to, kind of tell the people. And he said, I'm just an ordinary guy. Nothing. I'm just Thomas. Just Thomas, just an ordinary guy. So not only was he just an ordinary guy, he was more than ordinary, but that's how he labeled himself. He didn't think more of himself than he ought to, but he knew that he was loved and special. And just you have a calmness about you like your daddy. So I'm letting you know that. I see that. I feel that. And so I'm so, glad that now God has connected us together in the way that we should have been. And you have the Washingtons, you have us forever. Okay. You have us forever. So we are family and we ain't going nowhere. And neither are you. So grateful to Mom to making sure you were where you needed to be at the perfect timing. And so we got you forever. But I love you, sweetie.
I love you too.
Love you truly. And yes, you have Auntie to talk to. So I'm not gonna get no mushy because I'm about to let go on these tears, girl. But this is blessing me. But I want to say thank you for saying yes to Table Talk with the Diva, yes to Auntie, and yes to God for being a vessel that He can use. And so we're done. So you all have the phone number to text if you want to purchase and support Mackenzie with her organization, bringing awareness to children with multiple diagnoses. And so that's what we are here for, to support one another, cheer her on, support her in any way, if it's monetary, if it's buying products, if it's just, sending her a text and letting her know that we applaud you for what you're doing. We applaud you because you're brave. Anybody can't be brave because they're too prideful. They don't want to talk about it. But Mackenzie says, okay, hey God, here I am. Use me however you see fit. And so He's doing that. And so we're honored, we're proud. And I love you. I love you. I love you. And so just tell the people thank you for watching, and we're done.
Thank you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for having me on.
Yes, so happy, so happy. Well, all right, guys, we have completed our assignment for today for the month of diabetes awareness in the month of November. So elated. I tried to do another show, but I had so many things going on. It just did not work out. But I know that God's timing is perfect. And so this was truly, because I wanted to have her on for her birthday the first week in November, but it just didn't work out. But God said now. And so here we are. So again, if you can share, tag, and like the episode, because I want to continue to run it. And we'll run it again before the year is over. And so you'll see, a little more of Mackenzie, because whatever she's doing, I'm going to make sure that the world knows about it. So if you can, do the Diva a favor and share the episode. I love you all to life. I pray that Thanksgiving is amazing, that you have such a beautiful time with family. And remember to celebrate people that celebrate you. If you don't hear anything else that I say, celebrate people that celebrate you. And so at the end of the day, you can go to bed at night resting well, peaceful rest, knowing that you've poured out your love and you've received what you poured out. So with that being said, we're out until December.
She's a diva with a destiny, got purpose and zest, you see. Books, business, and accessories. She walks in favor and she's blessed indeed. She keeps her head and her heels high, and her limit soars beyond the sky. If it's purpose she's pushing, you've tuned in with Table Talk with the Diva. Why? Join in, it might free ya. Hey, hey. And if you're feeling down, come in. The enemy he's trapped won't win. For God has given you vision, and in the end you shall win. Yeah. Table Talk with the Diva. Why? Join in, it might free ya. Hey, hey.